What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Cutman Podcast with your boy Austin Carters. Hey, listen, the NFL's here this week, and I'm kind of excited, man. Now I know what everybody's gonna say. It's only preseason, and this and that and yada yada. But hey, regardless, we get a little football back, and that's exciting because hey, the weather's felt nice, and it's getting about that time of the year. You can already feel it in the air. So, man, it's good to have some football back. And yeah, man, we got a lot of moves to talk about. We got a lot of re-signings in the NFL, as well as a couple other football topics in college, regarding the Tennessee linebacker getting suspended for his agent buying him a plane ticket. Like, what are we doing there? As well as other things and such, including Tony Romo and his DUI, or OWI, however you want to say it, which is kind of funny. Now, I'm not saying that you should be out here drinking and driving, but the video is kind of funny with what happened. But besides that, hey, we got some Rod Wave music now. He dropped another banger, and like we're in that little area where like anything Rod Wave drops, it's gonna be on repeat regardless, and it's gonna leave us hoping that he drops more soon. So, hey, man, we'll get into all that though, but we're gonna start it off, of course, with some NFL, man. Now listen, the NFL, like I mentioned, there's a lot of re-signings that just randomly went down this past week, and the first two signings are from the AFC North. So we're going to go ahead and get those out of the way right quick. And former Buckeye as well. And Denzel Ward got an extension. Denzel's going to sign a 2-year, $62.2 million deal. Now listen, his last deal, Denzel came out and he signed with I think $100K more than the highest paid corner in the league. And he does it again, just right. I think it was like $100K, $200K, something like that, to make him the highest paid corner in the league again, man. And his little games like that, like he's wanting to be the highest paid, like technically, but he's also wanting to help the team. So he does it in kind of a petty way, but at the same time it's funny just on the outside looking in. But no, that was a good signing from the Browns. Even though they are the Browns, they do make some kind of good moves. And then they also lock up their top young safety in Grant Delpit, who he's not afraid to lower his shoulder and put someone's lights out. I'll tell you that. He gets 3 years, $48 million, and two really good signings. Now the thing with Denzel is the fact that can he stay healthy? Because we already know that he's a lockdown corner in the NFL, and when he's healthy, he could be a top 5, even top 3 corner in the league, but his problem has been staying healthy. Now, I'm expecting him to come out there next season, have a full season, and the Browns are actually going to need him with the production that they're going to lose with Myles Garrett. Now, like I've always mentioned, Jarrett Verse should bring a lot of help. Regardless of the loss of Myles Garrett, he's going to pick up some of that weight himself. But everybody else is going to have to step up. Denzel's going to have to stay healthy. And, I'm always going to say this. Obviously, injuries are something that you can't control, right? You can always go out there and train, eat healthy, and all that. But, the wrong turn this way or wrong turn that way could, leave you on the IR. So, yeah, man, it sucks when he gets hurt. But when he's on the field, he's locked down. I'm telling you. And it goes all the way back to Ohio State. So to get him and Delpit locked up, 2 of your best secondary players, smart moves by the Browns. And who knows, maybe they'll try and extend more people. You never know. And then the Eagles, man, they lock up another one of theirs up front, and Jalen Carter for 4 years, $152 million. Now, they just locked up Jordan Davis this offseason back in March as well. So what this is going to do is going to allow them to focus on Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell come next season, which you didn't want to have 3 contracts when you already have 2, and they're going to get paid. They're going to get paid probably top of the market value. The only thing that sucks for Philly is the fact that they're probably both going to try and get to be the highest paid corner. So they're probably going to wait until the other one gets signed to go off of that. But who knows? Maybe they come to agreement, hey, we're going to agree to about the same, make us both the highest paid. That would be kind of cool to see. But, I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting it to be kind of like hey, who can get the top dollar? So, yeah, there's that with Jalen Carter. And then, Deebo Samuel's officially off the market. Now, the thing is, Deebo signs 1 year, $7 million to return to the 49ers to help them out with their injury-plagued wide receiver room. Now, Ricky Pearsall, it just came out, I think, yesterday. That looks like he's going to have another setback in his injury recovery and more than likely going to be out for this coming season. So to go out there and get a vet in Deebo, it was smart. The only problem is, Deebo's a little older than, a year or two ago when he left. So there's going to be some drop in production compared to what you're used to. But who knows? The 49ers do know how to use Deebo, so maybe he can bounce back in some shape or form and go from there. And we'll see. Hey, 49ers fans, you can break out them Deebo jerseys again. And then Chris Olave, he gets an extension from the Saints. Now, Olave, like Ward, former Buckeye, who's been dealing with some injury history. And the problem with him, Chris, is the fact that it's concussion related. And that's a scary topic because after a few concussions, you got to start hearing the whispers like, hey, should he call it? Should he really be looking out for himself? But regardless, he gets 4 years, $132 million, and it's crazy because this means that former Buckeye receivers have made over $500 million the last few seasons with extensions. And that's just insane. I mean, you get Jackson Smith-Njigba, Chris Olave, Terry McLaurin, and the list goes on and on. Garrett Wilson. And, hey, Egbuka's going to come up when his time is. So you're going to get even more. So it's insane to see, wide receiver U. And I think that goes to show, who is wide receiver U. And it's Ohio State. And I'm not just saying that to be biased. Let's put it out there. I'm not saying that to be biased at all. But, hey, now numbers are showing. Financial numbers are showing. So, hey, it is what it is. And then, another move on the NFL frenzy that's been going on in the last week. Vita Vea, the defensive tackle for the Bucs, he requests a trade from Tampa. Now, I think if I read correctly, his is financially related too. And, I mean, he's got a good argument because he is one of the best defensive tackles in the league. Now, is he the best? I mean, you can argue. But, if he feels like he's not getting paid and they're not wanting to pay him, so be it, This is part of the game, I mean, the front office is going to treat it like a business. Players are going to too. And, loyalty's kind of out the door when it comes to money, But a rumor is swirling that the Raiders were kind of interested. And, I mean, who wouldn't be interested in Vita Vea, He's a dog in the trenches and a big body and tough. And he's going to come out there and be one of the best defensive tackles for years to come. So it'd be kind of dumb not to be interested. But we'll see where Vita Vea goes, if he goes somewhere or if he actually gets paid and stays in Tampa. If I'm Tampa, I'm keeping him. I'm paying him respectfully. But the problem is they got Baker, who's wanting a contract extension too, and that's quarterback market. So that's a whole different ball game. But, we'll see what happens. I'm sure they're probably trying to get both of them re-signed and go from there. But, if he moves, he moves. Stuff happens. And then, another thing with the NFL. It's in regards to the Steelers. And look, I just put out a clip before I started this pod talking about how the Steelers keep getting disrespected. And I see all y'all hating already. It wasn't even 5 minutes. I had haters everywhere talking about, no one cares, go Seahawks. It's like, hey, buddy, you commented on my damn post, so obviously you care, right? And then another one was like, right message, wrong messenger. And I was like, all right, VIP. It's like very important pussy. But, nah, man, like, y'all can hate all you want. I don't care. I'm going to give it back. But it's like, the Steelers are being disrespected, man. How do y'all feel like the Steelers are going to go into this season and be one of the worst teams in the league? Like, I don't get that. And then you come out and you got, like, Joey Porter Jr., he's getting, like, man, listen. So Joey Porter Jr., there was a list of cornerbacks, and Joey wasn't on the list, man. And it was top 10. Like, how's Joey Porter Jr., a lockdown corner in the league, not on the top 10 list of corners? I've seen some of the names, like the Pat Surtains, the Derek Stingleys, the Christian Gonzalez's. Like, I see the argument for them, but to not have Joey on that list is insane. I see why y'all say it, but it's dumb, man. Because the fact of the matter is, y'all think that Joey Porter Jr. is going to come out there and lock up a cornerback with not helping run defense. That's y'all's knack on him. That his run defense is terrible and that he doesn't get interceptions. And it's like, hey, man, why does that matter when he's out there locking down your number one and number two and keeping them out of the game and helping the team? Like, he versus Jamar Chase and T. Higgins twice a year. And he's only given up one career touchdown in his career in 4 years, bro. And the last touchdown came in his rookie year. Like, it's insane. It's insane to me. Like, 1,400 plus straight scrimmage or coverage snaps. He hasn't given up a touchdown, but yet he's not ranked one of the best cornerbacks in the league. It's like, the disrespect's got to stop, man. Like, this shit's insane. Like I said, he's going to come out there, he's going to lock up your number one cornerback, or number one receiver, my bad. He's going to lock up your number two wide receiver. And if he needs to go for three, he needs to go for three. And he's going to travel if it lets him. Now, here's the thing with Joey, too, man. And I touched on it with TJ. The schematics have been trash, bro, in Pittsburgh. You got linebackers on receivers as well. And you got safeties who kind of trash. I mean, Jalen, man, his production at safety last year wasn't all that great. Trying to transition to safety, it wasn't all that great, let's be honest. And then you got Deshaun Elliott, who is honestly an underrated safety in the league. He got hurt last year, and it really hurt the defense. Now, if you're not a Steelers fan, you didn't actually see how important Deshaun Elliott was. But regardless, man, Joey just keeps getting disrespected. And what's he got to show for it? One career touchdown given up. Like, is that not what a cornerback's supposed to do? Like, I get it. He's supposed to do more than just cover. But damn, man. Like, it's covering the number one, number two, and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and other big-name receivers not good enough? Like, I don't understand it. And I don't even think Cooper DeJean was on that list either. And Cooper's a dog, so y'all just find anybody to disrespect, I swear, man. But it's mostly Steelers. So, a little rant, but damn, man. Let's get it right. And you know what? If y'all want to keep disrespecting him, keep disrespecting him. He's using that as motivation. He's going to only get better. Like, for fuck's sakes. So, but yeah, man, it's wild. It's wild. But we got 2 more NFL topics to discuss before we can move on to college football. And the first of the last 2 is the fact that Jerry Jones just came out and admitted that he's open to trading high picks for a big-name trade target this offseason. And rumors started swirling after he came out and said that. And it seems like everybody's expecting it to be like Max Crosby. Now, the Max Crosby deal that fell through in Baltimore netted what? 2 first-rounders. So, yeah, he's going to have to give up more than just one high pick. I promise you that. But hey, it'd be interesting to see if Jerry Jones actually makes a move to try and help bring a Super Bowl back. Like, it's been too long, Jerry. It's been too long. You got to make these moves to try and bring one back. But yeah, me and Tyler was talking about it because Tyler was a Cowboys fan, and I mean, obviously it's got to be on the defensive side of the ball. So we got that one out of the way. Because, I mean, you don't need receivers. You got George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb as your 1 and 2. Javonte Williams at running back, he was good last year. Now, personally, I think they can upgrade and at least get a number 2 behind them. I know Jordan Blue's still young and whatnot from Texas, but he's dealt with knee problems. Oh, that was nice. That was real nice. Hey, I got to get a bike one day. And we will. We got to get a bike and ride with Zach. Cruise together, you know. But no. Side note, but yeah, like I said, me and Tyler came out and we already discussed what Jerry said, and it's got to be on the defensive side of the ball, like I mentioned. And it's probably in the trenches. Now, personally, I think it should be in that corner. I mean, you got Deron Bland, but you lost Diggs, who, you know, regardless of how you feel about Diggs, he still did produce some kind of turnovers. Coverage was iffy, but hey, it happens. And then you got Caleb Downs at safety, so we'll see what happens. But hey, Jerry's talking about making moves to try and improve the team, so we'll see what happens with that and see if he's actually about that life, you know, and see if it is Crosby that he's trying to go after. Maybe he'll actually come out and mention who it is. I doubt it, because that's just not how business is, you know, conducted with smart talent or smart officials. We got some kids walking by. We're going to let them have a good time and walk by real quick before we get on to Tony. Kids don't like the chickens. But nah, we gotta let people enjoy life, man. Gotta let them enjoy life. Life's too short, so you know, kids having fun. Terrorizing the neighborhood, but they're having fun. But now let's get back to it. And now the Reese's gonna talk shit. But no. So speaking of Cowboys, the next topic we got is Tony Romo and his OWI, what they want to call it. You know, it's driving under the influence, basically. And it was crazy, like I said. Of course, I don't condone drinking and driving. But when Tony Romo's DUI arrest came out and the body cam footage was there, it's kind of funny because, one, he absolutely failed this test miserably. And, yeah, you got Tony out here stretching before he does a field sobriety test. It's like, hey, man, you took more time to do that than you did to actually fail a test, you know? Like, he was out here acting like he was in the combine and getting ready to go off. So, hey, man, it was funny video. Don't get me wrong. But like I said, don't drink and drive, kids. Don't drink and drive. Now, the problem that came is he's being investigated by CBS. And, of course, he's on administrative leave. And J.J. Watt's going to step in and fill in for him and whatnot. And, you know, it's kind of crazy. And I would not be surprised if they end up firing him from CBS because, like, some of these companies just don't play about stuff like that and whatnot. It's like, it's a mistake. You know, he was having a good time. Should he have called, like, an Uber or a taxi? Yeah, but, hey, it happens. And let him come out there and, let Tony come out there and make it right, man. Like, shit happens. People make mistakes. Let's not hold it against him for the rest of his life, you know? And he's a decent commentator. I know some of y'all don't like him, but, hey, I do. I do personally. I think he's smart, and he brings a whole different perspective to the game. And, hey, he's good at guessing, like, the plays before they happen. So, former quarterback in the booth it's pretty cool. The Roosters going insane. Them kids made them Roosters mad, though. Hey, they're standing on business. I swear. I swear. Um, we're gonna roll this window real quick. I try to keep it real, but hey, it is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta silence them a little bit. But no, that's gonna leave us with some more football. In Ohio State. Listen, you know, I'm on here always defending Ohio State and talking about them, but hey, they did some stupid things. Ohio State did some stupid things, and I can admit it. And one of those stupid things was the fact that Ohio State reached out to Nike to see if they would help them recruit 5-star running back prospect David Gabriel Georges. Now, here's the thing. Tennessee made him an offer, and Ohio State was wanting to match it. So they reached out to Nike, and they were like, hey, can you help us in that area? And Nike denied them, which I can respect Nike because Nike said, hey, no, we don't get involved with high school prospects, and we're not going to do it just because you're Ohio State. So I respect Nike for just coming out right and, turning them down and being fair. Because, I mean, kids coming out of high school, man, you can argue that some of these kids do not need millions of dollars. And Nike sees that, They're like, hey, maybe in college they make it to the NCAA. That's a whole different ball game. And yeah, I mean, you got to respect it from Nike. You can't really hate on them. Now, I know Ohio State fans are going to be like, nah, we hate it. We hate it. But no, don't do that. Because Ohio State, they were in the wrong, man. Let's just be real. As an Ohio State fan, they were in the wrong. They should not have asked for help at that. Because, I mean, you're Ohio State. You're one of the top dogs in college football, man. And not even just in college football, in college sports. Like, why do you need help from Nike to try and outbid a player? Like, you shouldn't be out here having to outbid a player. You should have recruiting down. And we've got some dogs over the years, so why do you need all this money just to recruit the running back? Like, I get you want him, but there's a certain extent you got to say, nah, it's in the wrong, But no, like I said, I stand with Nike, man. Nike turned Ohio State down, and they're not getting involved with high school talent, and that's something they're standing on. You gotta respect that. I do. Like, I'm sure y'all's gonna hate it. Y'all's gonna find any excuse to hate Nike for turning them down because you didn't get the 5-star running back. But let's be real. Right is right and wrong is wrong. So, NIL is just getting insane. It is. At the end of the day, it's getting insane. Like, for Ohio State to ask for help from Nike, though, that means Tennessee offered a pretty financial package for the kid. And if he wants to go to Tennessee, let him go to Tennessee, man. Guess what? Tennessee's not going to be like Ohio State. Let's just keep it real. They got too much hype, and they usually fold under pressure. So, now I'm not saying that about all the sports in Tennessee. I'm saying that about football. They're always top of the league in talent and whatnot, but at the end of the day, they just fall short. And Ohio State's always at the top. So if you want to go play for Tennessee, go play for Tennessee and make them pay you millions. We don't necessarily need you at Ohio State, man. Like, we're gonna be good regardless. But yeah, just staying on NIL, man. NIL is just insane to me because, like I said, you got Tennessee paying this running back millions, or offering millions, I should say, in a recruiting pitch, and then you got another Tennessee player and linebacker Arian Carter. So linebacker Arian Carter for Tennessee ends up getting a plane ticket bought for him from his agent for $400 and something, right? And this is to NFL, like, pre-draft training or workout or something like that. And then he goes out there and he gets suspended 2 games for it. And that just baffled me. Because on one hand, how can a running back coming out of high school get paid millions of dollars, right? But a linebacker who's already in college can't get a plane ticket from his from his agent to go to an NFL training facility. That makes zero sense to me whatsoever. And it comes back to what? Hardball buying a cheeseburger for a kid and getting in trouble for it? Like, what the hell are we doing, bro? This shit has to be figured out. Like, if you're going to let kids make millions, you got to let kids benefit from just small things like that, bro. So, it's insane, bro. It really is. It just makes zero sense to me, and it's just like something the NCAA has to figure out, man. Like, enough is enough. Like, they have some rules, and then they have no rules at the same time. It's like, you got to follow this, but you can't follow that. It's like, it's stupid. So what do y'all think, man? How are y'all feeling about N.I.L? Like I said, on one hand, you got the Ohio State asking for help from Nike and getting denied, even though Tennessee's offering millions to a running back. But on the same hand, you got Tennessee linebacker getting suspended for his agent buying him a plane ticket. Like, it makes zero sense, man. And it's I don't know. It's I can't understand it. I can't understand the whole NIL and what you can benefit from, what you can't. Now, personally, if it was me, I'd put in the rules like, hey, your tuition's going to be covered if you're on full ride. Your room's going to be covered. And then we're going to give you money for, everyday life. Gas, food, stuff like that. And then go from there. Like, a budget, man. Like, no kid coming out of high school needs to have, like, $5 million. Let's be legit. Like, if you can't go off a couple $100K alone, then how the hell are you going to manage anything in life? So, yeah, a little rant, but hey, man, it had to be said. I'm just not feeling the vibes coming from NCAA with the NIL. So, oh man, I'm getting hot. Going on a rant, getting hot. But hey, we still trying to stay real. We're trying to stay real. And then that's gonna get us on our last two topics to wrap it up. Well, yeah, we'll get on to like last two topics, and then I'll throw something in at the end with baseball. Now listen. We've all heard of the 100-minute. Okay, let's recap or refresh. So, the trend going around was, hey, could 100 men beat one gorilla, right? And I was sitting there thinking about that the other day because I seen a post of Harambe. Harambe got taken out at the Cincinnati Zoo. Out of all places, why's it gotta be my home zoo? But no, I seen a post about Harambe, and it got me thinking. With the 100 men versus 100 or one gorilla, how many of those little ass robots who you see pushing around people at random and trying to fight all the random people and whatnot, how many of those human-like robots do you think it would take to beat one gorilla? And I was sitting there thinking about it. And I was like, this is a lot different from humans because you could go in there and have like 5 robots, throw all kinds of stuff. I've seen robots throwing kicks. So, hey, that's a whole different ball game when it comes to versing a gorilla. And personally, if I'm a gorilla and I see a couple of those things coming and, they're throwing roundhouses and shit, I'm just going to be like, just gonna walk the other way. But nah, hey, what do you say? Like 10 robots? Because robots are different than humans. Let's be real. You think like 10 of those robots? Or you think a gorilla's just gonna absolutely destroy those? Because like I said, it's different from the 100 humans. This is robots we're talking about. Like little fucking mini Terminators coming out of Harambe. Like, I gotta go. Realistically, probably 20. Probably 20 robots versus one gorilla. Yeah, that sounds about right for me. Because, they gotta be strong. They're not even real. They're fucking metal and everything else, So, I say 20 robots versus one gorilla would work. And some of y'all actually believe that 100 humans could take down one gorilla. So, I mean, why not? Why not believe in some robots? But no, it's just random. It's random. Let's be real. It's random. But I needed a couple topics without sports, so had to ask, you know. Let me know. What do y'all think? Oh, man. But hey, Rod Wave dropped another one. And he's been teasing this one, man. And it's a banger. It's been on repeat already. You know, it's only been out since Friday night at midnight. But, hey, Rod Wave dropped Hustle. And, like I said, it's been on repeat. And it's just got us waiting. Just got us waiting for more. But, hey, he's teasing some other songs. And one of those other songs that was kind of leaked in his music video was 2017. Now, if you're a real Rod Wave fan, you know that he's got 2019 and 2018. So this is going to add on to that. And I'm sure it's going to be a banger. And it's just kind of how he's telling his story, man. And the one thing I do like that this album is doing, it's telling a story. And it's, I mean, obviously he tells stories in his other ones, but like a legit story and everything in between. So I'm waiting to see how the, like, music videos come out with the future songs to add on to his first one. And we'll see from there, man. We'll see. But yeah, man, Rod dropped another song, man. And we need more already. We need more already because we have it on repeat and everything else. But man, let's just make it. Let's just put it out there. If Rod drops any kind of song whatsoever, it's going to be a banger. And it's going to be on repeat from every Rod Wave fan out there. And I can't believe that. I seen that some of y'all are sick of Rod Wave and his fans constantly posting on TikTok and whatnot. It's like, get off TikTok. Because we're going to post. We're definitely going to post some Rod Wave. But yeah, man. That's a therapy session every damn song, man. Like, I don't know who hurt Rod Wave. But, hey, it sucks that he got hurt. But, hey, y'all's helping us with therapy too. But yeah, man. How do y'all feel about Rod Wave's Hustle, man? I like it. And I'm sure he's gonna add on to it, man. And it's gonna be hard to see which song's the best from this album, man, already. I mean, his first two out. It's gonna be hard to beat those two. So we'll see. And we'll see if he drops 2017 next or what he drops next. But hey, it's gonna be a banger regardless. But yeah, man. We got one more topic to get off of Rod Wave, even though I don't want to. I can talk about Rod Wave all day. But no, we got one more topic, and it's the MLB trade deadline. So it's Sunday. I had to make this episode kind of late, and the trade deadline's tomorrow. But a couple trades have already went down. Now, Freddie Peralta, the starting pitcher for the Mets and former starting pitcher for the Brewers, he ends up going to Tampa in a trade for prospects. I think I've seen something, maybe an MLB player, or yeah, maybe a big league player. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I didn't see the full trade and whatnot. But then the big name that's been on the market, Tariq Skubal. Tariq goes to the damn Dodgers, out of all places. And now that Skubal went to the Dodgers, everybody's saying that there's for sure going to be a lockout next year because the MLB owners are going to want a salary cap and the players don't. Which, I mean, I can see why each one would have their arguments, but I don't know, man. I can see, like I said, I can see why MLB owners want their. So, okay, let's recap. Okay, so I can see from both perspectives of the MLB owners and the MLB players. I can see why the owners want a cap. I can see why the players don't want a cap because they want to get paid. And the owners are like, hey, we don't want to pay all that. And at the same time, the owners do have kind of like the leverage because they're like, man, we can pay a certain amount, but when the Dodgers are paying like so much over the salary cap and making all these weird contracts, we don't want that. And they're mad about it. And the players are like, hey, well, we just want our money and whatnot. And the Dodgers are giving it to them. But here's the thing, man. Do I like the fact that the Dodgers are going out there and literally trading for every fucking body and signing everybody? No, because I want to see a competitive league, right? But at the same time, I got to respect the GM because what's he supposed to do, man? What's the Dodgers general manager supposed to do? Is he not supposed to make the team better, regardless if they won a chip or not? Like, what's he supposed to sit on his hands and be like, hey, I can't help improve the team? Well, then guess what? He's going to get fired. And, there's no rules really that are stopping what they're doing. So, I mean, he's doing a smart thing. He's doing his job. And everybody hates him for it. So, we got a little craziness. But yeah, man, y'all can't really hate the Dodgers general manager for doing his job and signing these players, trading for these players and whatnot, and try not to get fired. You can't hate him for it. I mean, that's his job, is to improve the team, like I mentioned. So I don't think he should get the hate, and not necessarily the owner. He shouldn't get the hate either. It's just like the MLB should be getting the bulk of the hate because like they can't stop it until they put in the rules. But it's going to be interesting to see if there's a strike. And like I said, I'd like to see the league competitive, and I hate the fact that the Dodgers are going out and getting these players, and especially after you don't really need it. You win a chip, and you're going out and getting the big names. But like I said, I respect what the general manager's doing, and especially considering that I'm studying for sports administration, and one day hopefully going to be in the front office of a sports team. I gotta respect it because the man's just doing his job. He's just simply doing his job, and he's finding ways to exploit the rules. And more power to him, Like I said, don't like it, but I respect it. And I know a few other people besides Dodger fans, they don't have a problem with it because they're like, hey, if you got a problem, spend more money. So I know not everybody's against it, but if you're not a Dodgers fan and you're not that little bit of people who, they're all right with it, you absolutely hate it. And that's just what it is. So, I mean, it is what it is. But now Screwball goes to the Dodgers, and then the Reds, man. I don't know what the hell they're trying to do. But they were supposed to be sellers, right? And like I said, we're like 24 hours away from the deadline. Less than that. And last time I checked against the Pirates, they were up 9-1 in the 7th inning. And if they win tonight, they would have took 3 out of 4 from the Pirates. Yet another series. And they've only lost one series. And that was to Cleveland since the break. So the Reds, they're doing some weird shit. But regardless of how good the Reds end up being after the break and before the deadline, I still think they should trade some players at least. Singer, I think you need to trade Singer. Stevenson's hit or miss. If they don't end up trading him, they really have to lock in and try to get him to an extension. Because you can't just let him walk. And especially considering you got, Trevino after him. And then you got Duno, who's at least a year or two away. I don't know. But then they mentioned that Hunter Green was out there available. And it was 50-50 that he gets traded. But they needed a package in return that had some big league players. And then there's rumors that the Reds were engaged with Red Sox about a potential N.I.L deal, and the Red Sox turned it down because the Reds wanted major league players. It's like, hey, Red Sox, if you think you're going to get one of the best shortstops in the league for just prospects, you're wrong. And we got team control until what, like 2029, 2020, or 2030? Like, what do you expect, man? We don't just want high-end prospects. We want high-end prospects and MLB players. And they didn't want to do it, so adios. Now, Ellie would be one of them untouchables. Like, don't even call me for him. Like, we're going to keep trying to work out a deal. Now, a year or two down the road, if he doesn't have a contract because he doesn't want to sign yet, that's a whole different ball game, you know. But regardless, I think they should keep Green, keep Ellie, and go from there. I've been advocating for months about a potential JJ Blade trade, or not trade, but extension. But, hey, they're trying to make it interesting. Now, me and Tyler was talking about it one day. The worst thing the Reds could do is just not do anything. Because this team's just not good enough to compete. If they were to make the wild card or something crazier, they're just not good enough. I mean, you had, Ivan Johnson, who came up, and he hasn't done anything. Matt McClain hasn't really done anything with the bat. Edwin Arroyo got sent down. His defense was iffy. Ellie's defense has been iffy, regardless how his bat's been. Who else do we have? We have other players, man. Ooh, nice G-Wagon. Nice G-Wagon. But no, the Reds, man. I just, you can't, if you're a Red, you can't sit tight. This team's just not good enough, like I mentioned. Like, we need more. We need more players. If anything, you have to either sell or buy in. You can't sit tight. Like, we don't got anybody in the minors that's ready to come up to help the team and contribute to the extent that we would need. And quite frankly, Singer's not good enough. Let's be real. Lodolo, you can't trust him with his blister. And he's trying to find another breaking pitch. So, just sell. Even if you sell a player or two, you got to sell something, man. You can't just sit tight and let everybody walk in free agency and hope that your team's good enough if you were to make the postseason. Because we got beat by the Dodgers pretty easily last year, and we'll do it. It'd be the same this year, Yeah, man, the trade deadline, it hasn't been that busy. Obviously, more moves could have been made as we're making this. Like I said, this episode's being made Sunday because rain happened, I don't want to come out here and y'all just hear straight up rain, But no, like I said, trade deadline's going on tomorrow, Monday. Probably a couple moves that might have been made while we're making this, but I doubt it. Now, the moves might come in like crazy about an hour or two before the deadline, but we'll see. Like I said, I would not be surprised if it was a quieter deadline than what we expected. But who knows, man? Who knows? Some people, they get crazy at the deadline and go crazy for whatever reason. And like I say, shit happens. But yeah, man. Deadline hasn't been that crazy except for Scooble and Freddie Peralta, which he's pitching like a 4+ ERA, if not higher. Like, he wasn't that good this year. And props to the Brewers, though. Props to the Brewers, because there are rumors swirling that the Mets were talking to him about a potential reunion to send Peralta back. The Brewers are one of those teams that they're pretty good at shipping players out right before they, go on a downhill spiral. So, to not get him back is pretty smart, in my opinion. But, yeah, man. Deadline's been kind of quiet, and we'll see what happens tomorrow, and we'll talk about it on next episode and go from there. But, hey, man, got football this week. We got the Hall of Fame game Thursday. And, hey, man, Panthers-Cardinals, going to watch it. I don't care if y'all watch it, if y'all like it, don't. I'm going to watch it from start to finish, see if there's any young players who, catch my eye and that I should be paying attention to come this season. But, yeah, man, football's back. Excited. And then college football is a month from Thursday, so we're going to be pretty good. And I think that's Ohio State. I could be wrong, but I think that's Ohio State's first game. Now there's going to be smaller colleges that start a little earlier, so hey, we're going to catch something. We're going to catch something. But yeah, man, that's going to wrap up this episode. And like I always say, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to these episodes, viewing the clips, liking them, and everything in between, man. I'm just grateful, man. And we're coming up on 50K views. Now to some that might not be a lot, but to me that's crazy considering we started this stuff 7 months ago. And we came up with the idea a few months, more than 7 months, but the first episode dropped about 7 months ago. So to come a long way in 7 months and get 50K views, man, from zero, to me it's impressive, and I'm grateful. Like I always say, I'm grateful. And regardless if I get 1 view or 100 views on each episode, you gotta respect the fact that you're getting people watching, and you're actually doing better than what you could have expected. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I always say, I try to keep it real. You hear the motorcycles, it only makes me want a motorcycle that much more. But yeah, man, I'm grateful, and I hope y'all only continue to like these episodes, man. And like I always say, if y'all got a suggestion, feel free to offer it up, man. Trying to help make the podcast better and go from there. But yeah, man, with that being said, I hope y'all have a good week coming up. Hope you had a good weekend and everything in between. But hope y'all like this one and other ones in the future. But hey, thank y'all for tuning in for yet another episode of the Cut Man Podcast with your boy Austin Carter. And until next time, peace.